yourself for a purpose, a guide on how to and how not to make first impressions. Have you ever walked up to someone and you tried to start a conversation with them and you said something that wasn't polite or friendly, or maybe you might have had a huge pizza stain on your shirt? Did they react in an unfriendly manner? First impressions matter to the world because they can be the beginning of a friendship, or they can make you look bad as a person. And believe it or not, they can result in life-threatening situations. If you make a good first impression, say that you're a lawyer, and if you make a good first impression and you have all his paperwork set out and you have everything set up for him, then he'll probably put his trust in you and have him work your case. But if you don't have you don't have anything out for him, you don't have anything set for him, you don't show him the guidelines of what's for his case, and he's probably going to look for another firm. So the question would be, what makes a good first impression and what makes a bad first impression? Even though I do not know it, I've made many good first impressions and many bad first impressions. And I don't really know whether I did make a good first impression or a bad first impression because I did not know how they reacted. So in this talk, I'm going to talk about how to make a first impression, what makes a bad impression, and everything that goes along with it. So there's no really known date for when first impressions started, but they could have been started with the cavemen. Say that when this one caveman didn't have a lot of food, and he made a bad first impression to someone who had a lot of food, then if he asked for food another time, they probably wouldn't give it to him because that caveman didn't like the other person. So that caveman probably would have died of starvation. So it also could have been used in the late 1500s when Spain and England were in war. Maybe a political figure from England made a bad impression to a political figure from Spain, and that could have resulted in a disagreement, and it could have started that. I know it seems kind of extreme, but it could have happened. So here, most people are afraid of making impressions because they are afraid of judgment. But people don't realize that they're going to be judged anyways. So they just have to be themselves. And here's a quote: "You never get a second chance to make a first impression." So here are the steps to making a good first impression. You want to smile, and you want to shake, and you want to make sure that your handshake is appropriate. And make sure that you're dressed properly, and then you want to make sure that you're dressed appropriately for the atmosphere that you're in. Because say that you're applying for a job, and you come in with lax shorts and just a t-shirt. I'm sure they probably won't like that. And then you don't want to make yourself the center of attention. That's bad. If you are just saying your traits and what you do, they won't like that. So you want to ask them questions and open up to them. And then be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. So let's go.